Hi, I'm Grant Langdon, Assistant Director of Career Services, and I'm going to walk you through PathwayU. So PathwayU may look similar to other career exploration assessment tools you've seen before, but it's actually very different. And that's because it actually combines 4 different industry-leading assessments through a proprietary algorithm that matches you with a number of careers. And then not only informs you on what those careers are, what they look like through a video, but also says how you can actually start down that path, how you can start exploring that career and how you can acquire it. So let's get started walking through PathwayU. All right, so here we are at PathwayU, and that's nmu.pathwayu.com. And you start by going to Join Now, and all you need is your first and last name, an email address. We recommend you use an email address that you know you're going to have for a while, so it may not be your high school email address if you're using that. I wouldn't even use your NMU email address, and just use something you're definitely going to have. And then zip code and password, that's all you need to log in. Now, once you've got those, you can log in. Once logged in, it will start at this My Journey section, and this walks through how to use the platform, how you start with assessments. You can make appointments with career coaches or success advisors so that you can really walk through what the results are and how you can achieve those results that you'd like and match with the careers that you want. As you work your way down, it starts introducing you to other programs that you might be interested in, like the Alumni Mentor Program or perhaps the Pick One program. There's a lot of stuff on here, so you can walk your way through and make sure you're getting the most out of NMU. Now, starting with the assessments. So the assessments, when you first get here, it's going to not show any of these results. It'll just be a start here, and it'll get you started on your first result. So as you can see, there are 4 different assessments here: your interests, your values, personality, and workplace preference. And when you start these assessments, it's important that you are in the right mindset. And that mindset is that you are thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your personal preferences, not what your parents are telling you to do, what your teachers are telling you to do, what you feel like you should be as a worker or a student. It's just your preferences, because we want to match a career that is aligned and matched most closely with your natural preferences so that you're going to naturally like it and you don't have to try to be somebody that you're not. So once you're in a calm place where you can think just calmly about yourself, take these assessments, and each one of them, it breaks down what it means for you, and that can be really helpful for you. So for instance, interests is a really fun one for me to look at, as social is my primary interest, followed by investigative, or investigative, however you want to say it. So I thrive in roles that directly help people. And so even being in the background helping people wouldn't be as good as interest as be the ones directly helping others, which makes sense why I would want to work in higher education as like a professor or in career services. Some other fun things is in workplace preferences. I really prefer to work with other people in a people-oriented organization that emphasizes teamwork. And that's why I was attracted to the careers that I have been in ever since I graduated with my bachelor's. In fact, even my major was directly related to working in teams, as my bachelor's degree is in outdoor recreation, leadership, and management. And there's entire classes on team dynamics and leading teams. So I was attracted to that major because it was a workplace preference for me, but it took me a long time. I'm talking 4 years of trial and error, different majors, to figure out what type of workplace preference, what type of interests aligned to a career and a major. So if I would have had PathwayU back when I first started at NMU, it would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of money. So now that you've got this resources at your fingertips, please use it. Save the time, save the money, and get a major that you are more excited to get into and that matches your interests, your values, your personality, and your workplace preferences. All right, so you've done all 4 of the assessments. You can see all the results. You've read through what they all mean to you. And now it's time you can maybe do some reflection questions here that are mentioned on the side. But the exciting part is the Explore Career Matches. So we click that and it will show you then a breakdown of careers by subject area. And so the careers at the top are the ones that have the strongest, the most strong matches. And the ones at the bottom are the ones that have the least strong matches. So apparently I'm not going to be working in finance, or at least not happy about it, or marketing or manufacturing. But I know that education and health science are probably something that I would be willing to do and be happy doing. And it makes sense because that's where I ended up in education. So you can always just view all careers in the top here if you want to see just anything and everything. And it's going to start with showing your very strong matches at the top. Fun thing though is you can filter this through based on where or how much you want to do education. So on the left side here, we've got, if you're thinking, I only want to get an associate's right now, we'll just show you careers that require just an associate's degree. Or if you want a bachelor's, you want to do graduate work, or maybe you just some high school with a little bit of preparation or a certification afterward, something like that. Or straight up, you just want to do something right out of high school. And if I would have seen this while I was a senior in high school and realized like, oh, with just a high school education, I only get good matches, that's a pretty strong indicator that I should probably look for something else, doing some additional certifications or degrees to try to get some careers that I would be more excited to do. So what you do then is you go through and you read through the ones that you're interested in. And I bet you're going to find a lot of them that you haven't ever heard of before, because there's over 1,000 different careers here. And this is pulled right from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So the government entity that tracks careers and jobs pulls it right from there. So each one of these, then you can click on and learn a lot about it. So it has the brief job description, and then a ton of bullet points that are the duties that you'll be doing in the job. It has a little video. I call this like the movie trailer of the career and the average salary. So big caveat on this average salary is that it is nationwide data. So if depending on where you're going to be living, you're not going to be making anywhere near that, or you might be making more. Also though, it's average over a career span. So somebody with 20 years of experience as an occupational therapist might be making $96,000, but someone right out of college with their credentials will be making significantly less, most likely anyway. So then once you find some that you like, you can favorite them so they're easier to find later. And then once you've got a few, you can go into the program section. And these are actually the academic programs or majors that will help you get to this career. And you can see which ones there are. There's quite a few to get in occupational therapy. That's fun. And you can always then click learn more, and it'll take you to NMU's page that walks you through that major. So you can learn more about it. And you could contact them to talk to somebody in the program to see how well that major prepares for that career. And I think what you'll find in the end is a big theme to career exploration is a lot of the front end learning and talking to people that are doing the job. So after you found maybe you've got 6, so I favorited 6 careers. They all seem pretty cool. It's something I'd be excited to do. The next step in understanding what one to target is going to be, if you scroll down on the right side, is doing these things here. So shadowing someone in the field, performing an informational interview where you're talking to somebody in the field and asking them questions about the job, what it's like to work there. And then in the end, doing some sort of either internship or work-based learning, something where you're doing some of that work alongside a professional. And that's when you'll really know whether or not this is going to be the right job for you. And then once you know, you can confidently pursue that major and that career, and you know why you're going through all the hassle and heartache that is college. It's a hard thing to do, getting a degree. So it's a good thing to remember why you're doing it. Once you've got this, you might want to think like, what kind of jobs are there actually like in the career of interest? So what you can do is say like, oh, maybe I want to check and be a teacher. You can actually check what jobs are out there either on Handshake, which is NMU's job portal, or the Indeed job board. That's what the job board is for Indeed. And you can sort by location or not. But let's see, is there within 200 miles of Marquette, a teacher job out there? Because I know that education was a really strong interest for me. And what do you know? We've got quite a few. And so as you notice here, these are green because they are a very strong match. That means what PathwayU is doing is it reads the job description and compares it with your assessment results. So that way you know that a job is going to be likely something you're going to like and do well if it's a very strong match. So later in your academic career, when you're looking for internships or field work or just someone to work with, you can use this job search tool to find that internship because you're more likely to find one that you're going to like more, that's going to be closer aligned to your interests and values and personality and your workplace preferences. And then comes the actually acquiring those jobs. And that's where the tools section comes in. So the tools here, you've got resumes where it breaks down all the ways that you can make a resume, all the different parts of it, from how to listing experiences, the formatting, how to mirror your job description in your resume. Very important part of resume development. And we're always happy to help you in career services to make sure that it's perfect. Well, as perfect as we can get it. There's no such thing as perfect. But other things like cover letters, the value of networking and what that actually looks like in reality is not what you might think, how to do interviews. And then there's some worksheets or workbook that'll help you through the whole process of using PathwayU to find your major, find a career, and acquire it. So there you go, you've got it. You've got PathwayU. And if you have any questions about PathwayU at any time, down on the right, you can always ask a question and they'll be able to point you towards the knowledge base that'll help you out. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to talk to your success advisor or us in career services. Either one of us can help you in using PathwayU and the career exploration. So get out there and explore. Thank you very much. I'm Grant Langdon with Career Services. We'll see you soon.